There she is, guys. That beautiful woman you've been wanting to speak with. You start to walk across the room, and all of a sudden, back of your head, you're wondering, oh my gosh, what is she going to notice? What is she going to pick up on about me before I even open my mouth? Guys, in today's video, the first 10 things a woman notices about a man. All right, gents, a little bit of backstory. So over the last few months, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, Antonio, love your content, love how you do all this research, love your infographics, love everything you're doing, but I dress to impress the ladies. Could you put out more information like that? And I said, sure. And in addition to that, I'm going through and moving into my new office, and I'm like, I've got a lot of gear I need to get rid of. So this summer, look for more fun content from us here at Real Men Real Style. Look at a lot of bonus videos going to be coming out. And at the end of this video, stick around. I have something I want to give away to one of you guys, and I'll explain how you can get this jacket here at the end of the video. So to start this video off, I'm going to get primal. And by that, I mean talking about the fight or flight reflex in each of the first 3 points. So number one, she's going to make a determination of you by your silhouette. Is this a man? Is this a woman? She's going to look at the overall body build. So what you want to do is give a strong masculine feel with simply the look of your body. You can do this, I always talk about by putting on a jacket. I've got a simple leather jacket on here, but what this does is it builds up my shoulders. It gives me shoulder points right here. It also makes my arms and my chest torso area look leaner. If you're wearing a jacket, always zip it up or button it up. I mean, be practical, but if you're outside or you're in it walking around your office building, you're wearing your sports jacket, button that thing up, or wear shirts that are going to basically build up your shoulders, build up your chest area, draw attention here, because whenever she sees a man is approaching her, she's going to behave a little bit differently. Basically, women have been shown to actually swing their hips a bit more, especially between the ages of 16 and about 36. At that point, they are, in a sense, they're looking for a mate. They're looking for a partner. This is primal. This is getting down to basic responses. So they immediately make that decision about your silhouette. Next, let's look at your body movement. So what you want to do here is just don't do anything that's going to surprise them. Have you ever been next to somebody and they jump and you jump? That's because you scare them. Now, it's okay if you know somebody to scare them, but if you don't know them, you don't want to put that person off. So make sure your movements are smooth, that you're not doing anything. If she's on the other side of the bar and she's looking at you, you're looking at her, don't close yourself off. Be more open. Pay attention to your body language. It's the second thing that she notices. Then, number 3, she's going to look at your hands. Again, this is getting primal here, but she's wanting to make sure that you are not going to hit her. That, yes, I know that you are not going to inflict harm. You're not going to pull out a weapon, and it's something that just simply keep them present. Make it so that, hey, you can see my hands, that you are very approachable. Women oftentimes are smaller than men. They have to be very aware that, hey, I could be put into a situation in which he could grab me, he could overpower me. So women are going to be looking at your hands. Okay, so we got the fight or flight out of the way. Now let's talk about things she's going to notice when she gets up close. Immediately, she's going to look at your face, and she's looking at your face for health reasons. She's trying to make a quick determination. Okay, is this a suitable partner? Is somebody that I want to engage with? And I'm not saying that you need to stare at her, but you do need to make some, eye contact. So eye contact, she's going to notice that immediately. She's also going to look at your face, from your facial hair. She's going to make a quick determination of your age. She's going to look at that facial hair. Some women love stubble. Other women just love beards. Not all women like beards, but I have heard from a lot of bearded guys, they talk about how just women will come up to them in a bar and start stroking their beard. That is great because you immediately get her to touch you and you get much closer and you break one of the barriers down there. But getting her to look at your face, and in a sense, she's going to make a quick determination. That takes us to the next point, which is smile. Gentlemen, one of the easiest things that you can control, and so few gentlemen do it right. I am guilty of this. I was so bad at smiling when a woman would look at me. But I had a friend, and the guy, I didn't think he was the most attractive guy, but he just had a smile. And he wasn't one of those crazy smiles. It was simply an endearing smile with women. And I remember just talking with many women. What did they remember about Rob? Rob had an amazing smile, and it just led to conversation, which of course led to many other things. But make sure, guys, that you have that smile. You know how to smile. You practice smiling whenever a woman looks at you, because it is something that she's going to notice. Number 6 on our list, Clothing. Of course, she's now going to make a quick determination about your style, your clothing. And she's going to look at the fit, she's going to look at the fabric, she's going to look at the function. And at this point, she's making an overall determination. From a distance, she's maybe not up close, but she's like, wow, his clothing fits him. It all looks good. This guy has got some style. I am curious and I want to get closer and I want to learn more. Just make sure that you nail the fit, nail the fabric, nail the function. And again, in the support article, I'll link over to more information about how to dress properly. I've got an entire website on that, so don't worry, I'll get into more of it there. Next up, she's going to notice your mannerisms when you engage and talk with other people. Do you acknowledge her? Do you acknowledge others? Do you maybe stay focused on one individual? Do you introduce yourself? Do you actually try to spread out the conversation? Are you someone who just loves to talk about yourself and you don't care to hear about anyone else? So be aware that she is aware of this bigger picture. She's looking at where do you fit. Of course, status is important here so that you can make people laugh, that you can engage, that you are someone that other people are seeking out. All of this is important, but she's also looking at how do you pay attention to others? Are you the kind of guy, and there are guys out there that ignore women. They'll just talk to the man in the group and they'll ignore that the woman over here has something to say. Or are you the kind of guy that's going to seek out and try to bring everyone in, and she's going to pick up on those small details? The next thing a woman's going to notice about a man is his language ability, because this gives her a very clear indicator of what's going on up here, and is she going to be able to communicate with a man? Women are looking for the big picture. I know men, initially, we can go in with a list of things we want on a woman, and if we find her attractive, that list goes out the window, and we're like, okay, I think I found what I'm looking for. Women, not the same. They've got certain types of guys they're looking for, and a lot of it can only be determined by communication skills. So she's going to look at your lexicon. Do you talk at a 4th grade level, or are you someone that can carry a higher conversation? Now, with your accent, maybe you immigrated to the United States from Germany, or maybe you came over from India or Pakistan. She's going to look at that and she's going to say, you know what? I like that this guy has traveled around. She's also going to look at your tone. And this is the way that you say things and the emotion behind them. Because when somebody offers you something, you can say, no, thank you. Or you can go, no. Did you see? I said the same thing basically, but the way I said them, very different. She's going to pay attention to all this to make assumptions. And yes, I know assumptions are not the truth, but this is all she has to go with. And she's going to do a lot of that based off your language skills. The next thing a woman notices is something that she can't even see: smell. So most men know, okay, wear deodorant because I don't want to smell bad. But only 20% of men wear fragrance on a regular basis. And that's a shame, because women pick up on fragrance. They're a lot more sensitive to it than we are, and it is something that they love. And if you have a fragrance, which she's going to remember you by, that becomes your signature scent, guys, it gives you a huge advantage. So the next thing that a woman notices about a man are the style details. This is different than point 6. Point 6, I talked about your general overall style, how everything fits together. At this point, though, she's starting to pay attention to your watch, to your bracelet, to your rings, to those little things like the texture of the fabric. Leather right here gives a very strong masculine feel, but maybe you've got a sweater. Women love the nap surface of a sweater. They almost want to touch it. This goes back, this is very primal. It's kind of how we did a circle here, but you want to have small style details that instantly send the signal, this guy invests in himself. He actually looks really good. They'll look down at your shoes. He's got a little bit of suede there. That is a really nice boot. It's a great thing, because here's the deal, is women pay attention to style, to all these details, because they are judged by them. So they're more in tune to it. Even though men are oftentimes, style for us is more about status, it's more about power, it is something that they look at this and they're like, this guy pays attention to the details. All right, gentlemen, now it's your turn. I want to hear from you down in the comments. What'd you think of this video? How could I have made it better? What did I miss? Let me know down there. I'm always trying to get better. And I talked about giving away this leather jacket. And by the way, I've got some other leather and suede jackets I need to give away, along with some pretty cool leather bags. Here's the deal, is I recently moved into a new office and I've got this gear. I have never worn, I like this leather jacket. It's black though. I don't normally wear black. Jose Luis, he sent over at J. Rocha, he sent me 6 of these. This one's valued at $650. It's a size medium. I would love to send it to some of my super fans. So how do I know if you're a super fan? One, I've been watching and seeing who's been commenting our videos in the first 24 to 48 hours after a video goes out. I want to hear the stories. I want to hear how you're helping spread the message that we have here at Real Men Real Style. And that's to arm men with the knowledge so that they can go out and build a wardrobe that best complements their individual style, so that they can use style to get what they want out of life, that they can become the man they know themselves to be. I talk about these things, but I want you guys to be sharing our app, to be out there sharing these videos, passing this information along. So if you've been sharing our information, if you have been living the message of Real Men Real Style, leave me a great comment down below. Talk about how you share this maybe with your Facebook friends, how you have actually passed our content or our app maybe on to your father, how you have used our information to become a better man. And the comments I'm really going to pay attention to are the ones that I notice this guy has been commenting on my videos for the last few months. He's always there in the first 24 to 48 hours. Notice how timing works, which by the way, there is a bell down there so you can get email notifications. I've just got all this gear I want to send your guys' way. And so look for some cool stuff. And the best thing you can do now, believe me, if you comment now and you stay consistently comment and engaging, sharing, being, in that early notification squad, guys, over the summer, we're probably going to do at least 25 to probably 50 giveaways. I've got to go through all the stuff, but I know I've got at least 20 pretty big things I need to get rid of. So that's it, guys. Take care. Thank you for supporting me and everything we do here at Real Men Real Style, and I'll see you in the next video.